Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Now for today's video, we're going to be discussing one of my favorite dinosaurs that was a part of InGen's list. And it's an animal that many people can instantly identify as soon as they set their eyes on it. Walking on four legs, living in the late Cretaceous, and often doing battle with another incredibly powerful creature, it's kind of hard not to show some appreciation for this dino. This is the most famous ceratopsian of all time. The animal paleontologists have named the three-horned face. Triceratops was a member of the Ceratopsidae family, and the first known remains of the animal were found in Denver, Colorado. Back in 1887, all paleontologist Othniel Charles Marsh had to go by was a set of brow horns that were connected to the animal's skull roof. So initially, he thought that it could have been some sort of large Pliocene bison. Much later, the truth about the dinosaur's body type would become known to 19th century scientists, and after a far more intact skull was discovered, the animal would eventually become identified and named Triceratops. Now, obviously, the dinosaur gets its name from the number of horns that we can see on its head. Two large protrusions sit over the top of the eyes, and a much smaller nose horn is placed on top of its beak. These horns would of course come in handy whenever it needed to defend itself from the terrifying killers that it shared its world with. Most notably, the tyrant lizard king itself, Tyrannosaurus rex. But it wouldn't only be horns that the Trikes would be going into battle with. It also came complete with a pretty sturdy frill that was set behind these horns. What's so cool about this particular dinosaur species is that their skulls happen to be among the largest of any land animals ever recorded. While not always the biggest ever, Trikes and their respective members of the dinosaur family have some pretty big heads to say the least. The rest of Triceratops was built just as strong as its skull. The animal's short legs came complete with feet that actually moved forward, with their fingers pointing out and away from their bodies. This is uncommon in the other four-legged beasts like sauropods, but pretty standard for ceratopsians as a whole. And it's actually common for theropod dinosaurs as well. Now, inside of the Triceratops' mouth, we can get a pretty good understanding of what kinds of plants the animal loved to eat. During the late Cretaceous, the 36 to 40 tooth columns of the dinosaur would be stacked with 3 to 5 teeth per column, depending on its size. So these guys could have anywhere from 400 to even 800 teeth. It should be noted though that only a fraction of these would be used when the animal was eating at any given time. Nevertheless, with the ability to grow this many teeth, Triceratops would be able to eat tons of palms, ferns, and cycads during its reign on planet Earth. And judging by its size, it would probably have to eat a whole lot of them. Some specimens have been recorded as being around 25 to nearly 30 feet in length and a good 9.8 feet tall. They could weigh anywhere from 6 to 12 tons, or approximately 26,000 pounds for the really big guys. Recently, there has been a rather interesting dispute in this dinosaur's relationship with another ceratopsian animal known as the Torosaurus, which some scientists have come forward with saying that they believe this other dinosaur to not be a separate species and actually just be what a Triceratops would look like if it continued to grow. But since that topic is far more complex and not everyone agrees on it, I'm not going to go into too much detail on it right now. That being said, 65 million years ago, this dinosaur would unfortunately fall into extinction. Luckily, John Hammond's scientists were able to find its DNA preserved in fossilized mosquitoes trapped in amber. And after extracting what they could, they were able to successfully clone their very own genetically engineered Triceratops. Jurassic Park's Triceratops were cloned on Isla Sorna by the genetics company. In the novels, it's revealed that this dinosaur is actually the reason that InGen was forced to paint their gas-powered Jeeps with a noticeable diagonal red stripe. For whatever reason, this color was the only thing that discouraged Trikes from charging at the staff vehicles. The dinosaurs from the novel are shown to be far more aggressive than their movie counterparts. In fact, they could only be kept in groups of less than 6 because of infighting and dominance disputes that would result if they became too populated. In the book, we're even told that the dinosaurs started to attack and gore each other once the power went out. In the films, we get to see Triceratops across all 5 current movies, its most prominent appearance being in the first film. Here we can see that the base female Trikes look very brown in color, but this is actually because the normally gray animatronic that was used was covered with dirt and mud by the JP film crew on set. InGen's clone Trikes are about 8.9 meters in length and weigh in at around 10 tons, which is actually pretty consistent for what we know them to possibly have been like in the fossil record. Now, currently, some paleontologists believe that the small nipple-shaped protrusions that can be found on Trike skin was possibly in place for feathery bristles that would give some parts of his body a look similar to that of a porcupine. Now, in the first movie, it was actually supposed to be revealed that Triceratops swallowed gastroliths in order to help digest its food. While swallowing these stones, they accidentally ate some of the West Indian lilac berries, and that's what caused them to get sick. This scene was, however, cut out of the movie, but had it been left in, it would have been a pretty big difference when compared to the fossilized counterpart. From my understanding, trikes have never been recorded as having needed to swallow stones for plant digestion. Also, the feet of the InGen clones are noticeably more elephant-like than that of the real-life creature, which had toes that actually pointed out with more noticeable claws. Variations of the animals can be seen in JP3, where a group of them can be seen with a zebra-like color scheme. Now, the last time we saw these dinosaurs was after they escaped from the Lockwood Manor in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. And so far, that's it. That is the last recorded sighting of the trikes in the film series. Now, I'm curious to hear what all of you guys think about this animal in the film canon. Are you a bigger fan of the Jurassic Park Triceratops, or do you prefer the real-life fossilized counterpart? Also, do you believe Torosaurus may be the same type of animal that Triceratops is? Whatever your own thoughts and opinions may be, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below. Now, before I go, I'd like to thank all of my game wardens, as well as all of my InGen executives. I'd also like to thank all of my park workers and InGen hunters as well. It really means the world to me that all of you continue to watch my videos, and I never want any of you to forget that. Now, I'd like to thank all of you for watching today's video, and hope you all enjoyed the content. If you feel like I deserve it, I'd appreciate the like, and hope that you'll consider subscribing if you're interested in hearing from me again. See you all in the next video, guys, and as always, take it easy.